Capricorn, welcome to your general reading for 5 to 12 May with me, Adrian Nelson, your psychic tarot reader. This is for Capricorn, dealing with a Capricorn, wherever you got Capricorn in your chart, this is your reading. Take it as it resonates. In this reading, we're going to take a look at your career, money and goals, relationships, as well as messages from spirit, messages from source, clarify, and end off with a direct message from the universe. All right. So what is it that my beautiful, beautiful Capricorns need to know? What is it that they need to be aware of? What is to their benefit? What do they need to know? If any of you are interested in learning card reading, you can always, or spiritual development, you can check out the links for my courses down below in the description. Okay. Alrighty, so let's see what we've got for you, my beautiful, beautiful Capricorns. All right, so we're starting off with career, money, and goals. And for career, money, and goals, we've got the Five of Pentacles, the Knight of Stars, which is the Knight of Wands, and the Tower energy, Mars energy. All right, so there's definitely very dynamic changes that are taking place here for you, my beautiful, beautiful Capricorns. Okay, so very, very dynamic changes that are taking place here for you, especially in career, especially we're going to that next level with goals. But starting off there with the Five of Pentacles, feeling left out in the cold. For some of you, it could feel like everything is working out for everybody else, you know, like everybody around you, they're so successful and they're getting all these promotions and they're getting a new car and they're renovating their house or buying a house or getting the dream apartment and getting the dream job, and you know, whatever, the great clothes and a good watch, and like everything is just working out for them so well, you know. They don't even need to go and apply for the loan or whatever, the bank, they're like pre-approved, and you're like, how is everything working out for everyone except for me? That is the experience that a lot of you may be having at the moment. And the Knights of Staff, the Knights of Wands, is asking you a very powerful, a very profound question here. This being really asked here for you, my Capricorns, and that question is, what are you focusing on? What are you focusing on? Okay? Because it could be, and I feel that for many of you, you are focusing on others and how things are working out for others, and you may have, you know, learned from the law of attraction. You look at what everybody else is getting, and you say, okay, that's so cool for them, and I'm really happy for them, and that really, really works. But it only really works when it's genuine, when it's authentic, you know, when you are, and I mean, like, I don't want you to feel judged because you only know what you know. But, you know, when we focus on what's working for other people, it only works for us, beneficially for us, for our highest good, when we're actually genuinely happy for them. When you're not just, oh, well, that's so nice, and I think if I'm happy for them, it's going to work out for me, so let me try to be happy for them, but I actually want that for me and not for them. All right? That doesn't work. That is animosity, and that actually places distance between you and what you want. So it actually has the opposite effect of what you are actually hoping for. Okay? The Tower energy. So it's like you are getting to see the flaws of your ways, and some of you may be asking yourself, well, how do I get out of these challenges? And the only way out here is basically in, you know, because Mars get a bad reputation and the Tower gets a bad reputation, but it's also about vitality and desire and action, and there's a sense of fearlessness about it here. You know, a confrontational energy here. What are you confrontational about in others and yourself? And maybe it's time to be confrontational when it comes to the things that are holding you back. When you say, well, I don't want to have that for myself anymore. And I also don't want to feel this way when I see somebody else win. So there's a great healing period is, you know, some very deep healing is recommended here for you so that you don't feel animosity when you see other people win. And I mean, if you feel it, you feel it. You want to know why are you feeling it, because it might be that there's an emotional wound here that needs some healing here for you. Okay, we're going to see when we clarify a little deeper. But all is not lost here. In actual fact, this is a breakthrough. This is a transformation in work and career and goals. Okay? All is not lost. Now, let's look at relationships. So you've got the Hanged Man over here, which is Neptune energy, about spiritually, psychic reception, the Knight of Swords and the Four of Swords. So when it comes to relationships, when it comes to love, when it comes to all of those personal feelings that are feeling super challenging at the moment and you don't know what to do and you don't know how to progress forward, hand it over to Source. If you have done all that you can, all that you understand that you can do, and it still feels like there's no resolution to your problems, your worries, your fears, and your concerns, hand over to a higher power. Hand over to the universe. Hand over to Spirit. Hand over to Source. Let the universe bring the solution through for you, because you might be missing something here, but you're not clear about what it is that you are missing. Let the information come to you. Let the solution come to you. All right? Really practice a state of surrender. And when you do, instead of trying to fix everything and do everything and be everywhere and that sort of thing, when you surrender and say, I've done my best and now I'm handing over, things have a way of working themselves out. Okay? Don't rush into anything. Okay? Don't rush into anything. It's interesting that came out for Virgo as well. So maybe if you're dealing with a Virgo or watch a Virgo reading for wherever your placement is, don't rush into anything, but also don't rush out of anything. All right? There is great power for you to be gained in where you are. There's the next step that's available here for you. All right? And it is a next step in love. It's definitely a next step in love for you. Okay? So if you are interested in love and you are interested in that next step in love, then maybe stick around and try not to make any huge mega changes right now, and see what happens when you actually do nothing. All right? You may have been doing, and it got you nowhere. So how about if you maybe don't do and see what happens then? All right? Message from Spirit, message from Source. 9 of Pentacles, Hierophant energy, which is Taurus energy, value and self-esteem. And also Knight of Cups, my beautiful, beautiful Capricorns. So are there some unresolved feelings that you are having that you're not dealing with? Maybe you're having some difficulty sleeping, some sleepless nights. The mind is going boom, 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 boom the whole time. All right? Have you been running away from your feelings and emotions, Capricorn? Because it's time for you to pause and to actually face them. All right? Running away is not going to help you. Feel what you need to feel. If you need to cry, cry. If you need to take some time out, take some time out. All right? Because it's time for the next step for you. It's time for the new step for you, the next beginning. All right? Yeah, with the Hierophant energy, but it is challenging because there are some unresolved issues holding you back. All right? And when we don't deal with those unresolved issues that are holding us back, then even if you come into the greatest, most incredible, most fantastic next thing, it's usually a little bit overshadowed by the past, and you don't really want that. Okay? Again, don't rush into anything, especially connections, especially relationships, love, any offer that seems too good to be true. People speak about striking the iron while it's hot. Here's the simple truth. If you could manifest something once, because whatever comes your way, you manifested it. If you could manifest it once, you can manifest it again. All right? Don't fall for this whole once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, because a lot of times those things are driven by fear. Okay? If you could manifest it once, you can manifest it again. And next time you can do it better. And it doesn't mean that you're not open for new, but it does mean that be sure that you are motivated by love and not fear. Okay? All right, let's clarify, Capricorn. Let's clarify how many cards are these? These are... Okay, let's take them. They're 4 cards, but it's fine. We're going to take them. What is this for? Career, money, and goals. So you have got the Queen of Swords mask coming off, as well as the 8 of Cups. All right? So, might you have been, been holding the peace, maybe being a people pleaser. But, when I say people pleaser, I don't really mean that you are being fake or anything like that. It's more in a sense of, have you been so considerate of everyone that without actually realizing it, with the passing of time, you may have become inauthentic to yourself. So the question to ask here is, who am I really? Who do I want to be? Who do I represent? What do I represent? Who am I? Have you maybe been doing a job because, it pays the bills, because you've got responsibilities, and, sometimes in life that's what we need to do. We don't have a choice. Well, we always have a choice, but you know what I'm saying. But now there's a window of opportunity that's opening for you, okay? There's a window of opportunity that's opening for you, beautiful, beautiful Capricorns, and that gives you the opportunity to really start new, to really start fresh. All right, so they went this way around. So the Hanged Man was first there for you. Neptune energy, hand over to Source, hand over to the universe. You know, what are you inspired by? What are you feeling? What is sort of like, getting your, I don't know, like your, like what is getting you shaking and moving? There, and then the next card we have here is Aries energy, new beginnings energy, um, Emperor energy. Go for your dreams, go for what you want. All right. So it's time to be open to new, be willing to have a different experience of life when it comes to your career, when it comes to your goals, when it comes to money. You may feel that it was going to take so long. You put it down on paper and it was going to take very long. It's going to be very difficult. So I'm not saying that you should now, start living life like, looking at life through rose-tinted glasses, but be open to the idea that just because you believe it's going to take so long and you believe it's going to be difficult and expensive and stuff like that, there might be a different way coming about where it's easier for you. So you just need to open yourself to that. And that's how you can start things in a very dynamic way for you. All right. So again, try to take the hands off the steering wheel, pump the brakes a little bit, and just sort of like watch the scenery. With that analogy, if you're driving, say you've been driving the same road for whatever long time, obviously you want to be safe and stuff like that. But maybe if you do have that extra 5 minutes, instead of going to the office and doing something for someone else that you don't really need to do, not saying you shouldn't, but you don't have to, maybe pause for 5 minutes, just take a look at the scenery. See what you see, what beauty you may have been missing all along, rushing from this point to that point. Okay? Make time for yourself, because the more time you make for yourself, and this is the beautiful thing about that, the more time you make for yourself, it's almost like consequently the more time you have for other people and the other things that are important to you, especially the people that are important to you, the things that are important to you. But when we rush, do you really need to be rushing towards all the things that you are rushing to? Okay? Because sometimes we tell ourselves, in order to be a good person, parent, colleague, child, partner, husband, wife, whatever, this is what I must do. This is what it takes. This is what it requires. But is that really the truth? Or could that be your fear speaking? Okay? Let's look at relationships, personal relationships, close connections. Getting some clarification on that for you, beautiful Capricorn. And if anything resonates, claim it for yourself. You know the drill. Place your hand on your heart, take a nice deep breath, and say yes to it. Okay. So what do we have for you here in relationships? We have got the King of Cups as well as the Nine of Pentacles. Okay? So, this is good for relationships, because this means you are ready, they are ready, everybody's ready to get on board, everybody's in touch with their emotions and their feelings. So if you have been maybe shying away from your feelings and emotions a little bit, not wanting to hope, not wanting to feel this or that or the other, you actually want to really feel that. You want to show up honestly feeling your emotions, being in the flow of your emotions, because that aligns you with everything. People often have this idea that when we speak about, feeling your feelings, it means that you have to be so happy all the time, and you have to be la 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 la, like Teletubbies in the beautiful field, and the sun's coming up, and the sunflowers and whatever, and like little birds chirping and that sort of thing. But when you think about life realistically, that is not really how it works. Okay? So what are you really feeling? And as you really feel what you feel, it benefits everything. And it also benefits, career, money, goals, because, how do I say this? Even though the brain doesn't understand the difference between, real emotions and fake emotions, also remember that you cannot really fully lie to yourself. And when your subconscious begin to pick up that from your consciousness you are lying to yourself, especially when that is motivated and driven by fear, then the subconscious goes like, well, I can't trust the conscious, so I'm just going to do my own thing. And that's typically where things go south. All right? Two of Wands, and also you've got the beautiful High Priestess energy here, Moon energy, deep emotions and needs. What do you need from love? What do you need from your close relationships? There is opportunities here for movement. So maybe you moving in with your person's moving in with you. You might be moving jobs as a result of love. You might be moving town. You know, you might be moving just down the road, or you could be moving to a different continent. That is very possible. So you might even, you know, I feel that for many of you, you might, you know, sometimes we're in the space where we feel like, okay, well, I know this person, and that person. I think maybe them and them and them might be a good match for me. You know, and if I can just overlook this or wiggle this a little bit like this and that, it might work for me. But you want to be open to the idea that maybe you haven't met the person yet that you're going to be with, you know. And that could also mean that the person that you are actually currently with, it could also mean that maybe they change quite a lot. You both change quite a lot. But there's definitely a space here of, like, I just want to show you also what's at the bottom of the deck, the world energy, a big cycle coming to an end and a new cycle starting. All right? So be open to the idea, definitely, that you may have not met the one yet. All right? You may be about to meet the one. Okay? You may be about to meet the one. Let's see, what do we have for you with a message from source? And that change could be, you know, that meeting the one, that could go along with maybe some, as I said, some movements. It could maybe be a foreign person, or it could be the sort of person that you wouldn't typically be open to. All right? Like I've spoken to a lot of people, and a lot of people have said that they never thought they'll end up with this kind of person. But then this person is perfect for them. So release the ideas that you might have of, like, this is how your person must be, and you know, you won't open yourself to anything else or different or new, because you might be holding yourself back as a result of that. Okay? Message from source. Seven of Swords and Three of Cups. Okay? If you've been a little bit sneaky about things in the past, you are strongly recommended to stop this now. Okay? Stop it now. Because, you know, sometimes we say, oh, well, I'm just going to be a bit sneaky about this. It's, you know, it's typically non-consequential. Don't worry about it. But it's not non-consequential. So leave any sort of under the carpet funky things behind. They're not really serving your benefit. And as you leave them behind, your reconnection with your soul family, with your cosmic family, with your Syrian family, Atlantean family, Lemurian family, your soul family, basically. It grows so much closer. There's a new start. There's a new beginning here for you. All right? You can be very clear about what it is that you want in life and all those sort of things, but don't chase money. Don't chase status. Don't chase the materialistic so much. And the less you change it, the more it comes to you. Because some of you are chasing from fear. All right? But when you surrender and hand over to source, that is when things work out for you. Okay? Let's see, closing off message here for you. Final message from source for you. I would also really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. You're welcome to comment. Definitely helps me out. I really appreciate your support. Thank you for that, beautiful Capricorns. Beautiful cross watchers. What is the final message here for you from source? And it's like, as I'm doing this, I'm getting this very sudden experience here, almost not in my heart, more in my chest, a bit lower from my throat, like in the middle of my chest. Like, you're not seeing me in this video, so I can't show you now. I wonder if I but you know, like in the middle of your chest, like if you sort of like, where's a character that I can show you? So like in this sort of space over here, it's like a tightness that I'm feeling over there, almost like heartburn. All right? So is your health okay? Are you looking after yourself properly? You know, and if you have been having any feelings like that, it might be a good idea to maybe have a medical professional, you know, person check it out for you. I mean, what's the harm that could come from that? Okay? Please have that checked out, because there is a very sudden feeling and now it's gone again, but it's unpleasant. So please do have it checked out. Okay? Message from source. What is it that my beautiful Capricorns need to know? What is it that they need to be aware of? Or maybe when is another time that you had a feeling like that? There's a message here for you. Could it be that you interacted with someone else, you know, that maybe had that? So 8 of Wands in reverse, 9 of Wands in reverse, and the Page of Swords. So things are not as bleak and bad and horrible as you may think that it is. Or you know, the answers will come to you. Okay? I see that many of you, you've stopped overwhelming yourself with unnecessary things. You are definitely working on healing that inner wound. And it's almost like it's time for you to, again, stop focusing so much on healing and figuring out your life and just stepping back. All right? Just stepping back and see what inspiration is coming to you, what ideas are coming to you, because life is trying to lead you in a positive direction, Capricorn, but it's almost like you're not getting it by trying to fix things. You're ignoring that and you're trying to fix this, but you all actually want to do the opposite. Okay? That's how the answers come to you. So that's what I got for you. I hope that that helps. If any of you are interested in booking a personal reading to take a bit of a deeper look, Capricorn, into your possibilities of life, details down below in the description. Do check it out. See you next time. Bye.